Hello, everyone. Well, as you all know, Topps Chrome came in early today. And so I am gonna go ahead and do the rip now. Give me a quick sec because I wasn't fully set up before I hit the start stream button. I just need to go ahead and pull up our break info so I know exactly who gets what. There we are. So today we are ripping 6 boxes of Topps Chrome. We're doing a half and half style. So the first 3 boxes are gonna go. Everyone picked teams for the first 3 boxes, and then they picked different teams for the second 3. And let's get into it. All right, box number 1. Per usual, I like to try and maintain the stacks as best I can so we can see if there's any sort of pattern to where they're stashed. So, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. I'll start with the top left pack. We have Jonathan India, Pedro Leon, a Fortune 5. Fortune 5? Is that what it is? Insert of Bryce Harper. That one will be going to Jones with the Phillies. And Anthony Volpe. This is not numbered. And I do not have all of the I don't have all of the odds right in front of me. So if anybody can let me know if we pull something, short printed or anything along those lines, I would really appreciate it. All right. Andrew Vaughn. There is a Spencer Horwitz green parallel out of 99. That one's going to the Pirates, which is McGeesy. We also have a Ronald Acuna Jr. 1990 parallel or 1990 insert, and Christian Campbell. This is Green Wave. Is typically what this type of insert is called. All right, Buxton, Hellman, Simeon, and Luciano. Manea. There is our autograph. Look at that. We have a Chromograph on-card auto out of 50 of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That one is going to Skeeta Street with the #1 overall pick. Not only that, it is a bookend, 50 out of 50. That is a beautiful card. Right behind that, Ceddanne Rafaela in the Future Stars insert. And this apparently is what the base version of that card looks like. because I do not see any numbering on it. And a Lockridge. So that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4th pack on the top left. Okay. Harper, Wheeler, Waldrop, and France. O'Neill, Casas, Montero, and Cavadas. I'm sure some of these are refractors, and I'm potentially missing them. I apologize for any of those. Wong, Yepes. There is a Power Players insert. This one is also for Bryce Harper, so that one is also going to Jones. And a Chris Bryant base card. Gavin Lux, Max Fried, Clayton Kershaw. I believe that one's probably yeah. So that one's a refractor. You can see the sheen on it. And Shea Whitcomb. Come on. There we go. McKenzie, Home Field Advantage. There's a Chrome Home Field Advantage, which I think they've just started doing this year, maybe last year. This one is for Rafael Devers, Bittersweet. Thank you, Brandon. 1 in 6,400 on the Yamamoto auto. The Red Sox are going to Melissa Builds Gundams. Yeah. Right behind that, we've got a Fernando Tatis all etch insert. That also appears to be the base version of it. And a Mike Yastrzemski card. Okay. Tuve, Campero, River Ryan, that appears to be the refractor, and Mike Burrows. Now let's see if we pull any potential buyback cards. Okay, Royce Lewis, Will Warren with the, that looks to me like the Prism refractor for the Yankees. Nolan Arenado with the 1990, and Cole Reagans. Hey, Griffin Conine. There's a Connor Norby, the bane of my existence, with a 199 out of 199. Not entirely sure. It looks like it's Aqua, maybe. The reason I call him the bane of my existence is that in my Series 2 Jumbo, I pulled 2 relics of his, the exact same card. Jordan Westberg with the Future Stars. And James Wood. First box, calm down. Pete Alonso, Spencer Steer, Cody Bellinger, and then another Cody Bellinger. One was a refractor. Seems like with these packs, if there's a refractor, it's usually the 3rd card in the pack. Freeman, Dingler. There is a Power Players for Jacob Wilson, which is a funny. That's a funny set to have him in. Blake Dunn. Garrett Mitchell, JT Realmuto. There's a Paul Skeens all etch card for the Pirates. And Christopher Morel. All right, Nick Gonzalez, Chris Sale, a Power Players for Ellie De La Cruz, and Keter Montero. Willie Adames, Adams, I don't know how it's pronounced. Trey Sweeney, all etch for Elly De La Cruz, and Clayton Kershaw. Good to say, seeing these in person, it seems they've done a good job. There's a lot of the inserts are very vibrant with how much the color pops. All right, Logan Gilbert, Alec Bohm, Cole Reagans, and River Ryan. All right. The home field advantage cards are about 1 in 1,000 packs. So there's, 20 packs per box. So 1 in 50 boxes. Alec Burleson, Jairo Iriarte, power players for Ketel Marte, and Marcus Semien. So thus far, the only real detractor against this box is I've not seen a Judge or a Shohei card. Dolis Garcia, Francisco Lindor, James Wood, and Hurston Waldrop. All right, that is a wrap on box number 1. So let's get into box number 2. Okay. Top left. Top right. Bottom left. Bottom right. Okay, auto last time was in the 4th pack down on the top left. All right, Nolan Gorman, Blake Dunn, Kyle Schwarber with the power players insert, Bo Bichette. Then we have Adley Rutschman, Carlos Correa, all etch for Skubal, and Justin Robleski. Then we've got ourselves Paul Goldschmidt, Edgardo Enriquez, Anthony Volpe, and Luis Castillo. All right, we pulling an auto from this pack. Let's see. Nick Castellanos. Well, there it is. Michael Hellman, rookie auto for the Twins. Twins going to Harryman and Runt. That is a base auto. Nothing too exciting on that one. Man, this Yamamoto picture, or this Yamamoto card is so beautiful. It is so cool in person. All right, Fortune 5 for Acuna and Brooks Baldwin. Okay, so thus far we're 2 boxes in. Both of them have been in the 4th pack at the top left. Mark Vientos, Will Wagner, Christian Campbell, Marcell Ozuna. And we got Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger. Belly is a Prism refractor. Shea Whitcomb, Zach DeZinzo. William Contreras, Riley Green, Jackson Chourio with the 1990, and Brendan Donovan. Arenado, Logan Driscoll, Mike Yastrzemski, and Adam Kloffenstein. Scherzer, Jackson Merrill. I have not been paying that much attention. I think we pulled a couple. Pete Crow Armstrong, right there, being Future Stars insert, and Aaron Nola. You spoke it into existence. Tyler Fitzgerald, Zach Kochanowicz, Mike Burrows, and Max Muncy. The A's version of Max Muncy. Wyatt Langford, Javier Sanoja with the Prism Refractor. All etch for Chris Sale and Ryan Mountcastle. Mason Wynn. All etch rookie rush for Dylan Cruz. No, last year those were not the easiest pull, maybe like 1 per case. And that one is going to BA4, who picked the Nationals with the 2nd pick of our draft. On that, a Fortune 5 for Fernando Tatis Jr. and a Kobe Mayo card. Mackenzie Gore, Grant McRae, Ty France, and Joe Musgrove. Lawrence Butler, Ronald Acuna Jr., Austin Riley, 1990, and Isaac Collins. Luis Severino, Dylan Cruz, Anthony Volpe, Future Stars, and Colton Cowser. Devin Williams, Christopher Morel, Kevin Alcantara, 1990, and Luis Angel Acuna. Jackson Chourio, Xavier Edwards, Paul Skeens, Future Stars. The black stars are keep throwing me. Andrew Benintendi. Come on. Jeff McNeil, Tomoyuki Sugano, Marco Luciano, and Tyler Locklear. Logan Webb, Kodai Senga. There's a Giancarlo Stanton Power Players card and a Matt Chapman card. And the last pack of the box is Shane Clanahan, Rhett Lauder, Brandon Lockridge, and David Festa. All right. Last box of the first half. I'm going to make a bet for suspense sake. 4th pack, top left. We're going to save that one for last. Masataka Yoshida, Keita Montero, all etch Mookie Betts, and a Brandon Lowe card. Now we've been through a couple. I'm going to do a quick bulk rip of these stacks so we can move a little bit faster. Okay. Jerks and Profar. There's a Justin Robleski out of 250 for the Dodgers, going to Skeeta Street. Fernando Tatis Jr. with the Power Players. Cade Povich, Garrett Crochet, Gordon Graceffo, Marcelo Zuna, Zach Nito, Zach Gallen, Seiya Suzuki, Luis Angel Acuna, and Josh Bell. Come on, there we go. All right, Freddie Peralta, Ty France, Justin Robleski, Lars Nootbaar. There's our first Ohtani. So that one's going to Skeeta Street as well. Corbin Carroll, Jackson Chourio with the Future Stars, Lars Nootbaar, Reese Hoskin, Aaron Shunk, Luis Castillo, Drew Thorpe, Shane Bieber, Andres Jimenez, Aaron Judge with the power players insert, which, reminder, that is not eligible for the MVP buyback. Bryce Terang, Ryan McMahon, Carlos Rodriguez, Brooks Baldwin, and Kevin Alcantara. Let's just double check on that Shohei. I'm pretty sure that Shohei was just a... That is not a refractor. So that Shohei, should he win the MVP, will be worth $20 in buyback credit at your participating LCS. If you don't think he'll win MVP, it's always a good idea to try and sell those at a slight discount of the 20 bucks. Get $15 for a base card from someone who does think he's going to win. Huh. Jeremy Pena, River Ryan with the Prism Refractor. Fortune 5. Oh, sorry, it's Fortune 15. Everybody else was covering up the 1. Okay, Fortune 15 for Corey Seager. Brandon Nimmo, Matt Shaw, I've been calling it the Fortune 5 the entire time. Jack Kochanowicz out of 299. Dylan Cruz with the 1990. Kumar Rocker, Seth Lugo, Luis Arias, Matt Chapman, Xander Bogaerts, Christian Yelich, Carlos Narvaez, Jason Dominguez with the Future Stars, Hyesung Kim, Harrison Bader, Pete Fairbanks, Pete Alonso, Power Players, and Matt McLean. Last chance for this box to prove me wrong. All right. Kyle Tucker, Clayton Kershaw with the Prism Refractor, Tyler Soderstrom, Future Stars, Cameron Meisner, Nick Sogard, got a Marco Luciano green lava or green wave foil out of 99, Luis Angel Acuna. Yes, for the auto, that is a Yoshinobu Yamamoto auto. Luis Angel Acuna, Power Players. Miguel Vargas, Michael Tauchman, Matt Olson, Andrew Benintendi, Nick York, Tyler Stevenson, Wilbur Diaz, a Shohei Ohtani, all etch, Brian Hayes, Manuel Clase, Nestor Cortez, Tyler Locklear, and Ty Madden. So, I correctly picked. Once again, the auto pack, because it seems once you get into a case, Topps has been kind of inserting the autos in the exact same spot in each case. Hasn't held true necessarily across cases, but the last like 4 or 5 cases I've opened, the auto's been in the same spot. All right, here we go. Mike Trout, and I believe our auto is this next one. It is a Red Sox player. It is Carlos Narvaez. Red Sox are going to Let's Build Gundams. And it is a base auto. Right behind that, we had Shohei Ohtani with the 1990 insert and Grant Holmes. All right, y'all. I'm going to take a short break just because I need to get these cleaned up and separated so that I don't accidentally ship second half cards to a first half person that picked them. So I'm going to take a quick break, mute it down, clean everything up, and then we'll get into part number 2. All right, part number 2. Teams have changed. I will announce them as the hits are pulled. All right. Top left stack, we're going to set number 4 right there. I like it when the auto is pulled in the last pack. Let's get into it. Would you like me all to kind of speed through the base? I'm just announcing them because there's not as many cards. Low, there's Hurston Waldrip with the Prism Refractor. Gunnar Henderson with the 1990 insert. Nico Horner, Adam Mazer. There's an Orelvis Martinez out of 199. This looks to be like an Aqua Wave. Shota Imanaga, Future Stars. Birdsong, Contreras, Strom, Musgrove with a Refractor, Nolan Jones, Skubal, Martinez, Isaac Collins Refractor, and Garrett Cole. Schwarby, Marcus Semien, Prison Refractor, David Festa, Dustin Harris, Brian Reynolds, Bryce Teodosio, All-Star Etch for Vlad Jr., Jazz Chisholm, Randy Arozarena, Jesse Winker, Ryan Mountcastle with the Refractor, Christian Mena, Jose Siri, Billy Cook, Fortune 15 for Mookie Betts, Miguel Andujar, Vlad Jr., Lane Thomas, Kobe Mayo Refractor, and Adrian Del Castillo? De Castillo? I don't know. I took it out of my hand before I finished determining if there was an L there or not. Hey, Matt. Glad to see you in the stream. Nope. Okay. Ozzy Albies, James Wood, Prism Refractor, Junior Caminero, Future Stars, Christian Walker, Tatis Jr., Andres Chaparro. Oh, and that is a negative refractor for the Washington Nationals. Nats are going to Scapo. Someone could look up what the pull rate is on those. I don't know exactly. They're not numbered, but I believe they're not as easy pull as some of the other numbered cards. Brooks Lee, Power Players. Luis De Los Santos, Mike Harris II, Connor Gillespie, Chris Bryant, Shea Langoliers, Tyler Anderson, Dylan Cease, Bryce Harper with the Alt Etch, Samuel Aldegari, Josh Naylor, Tyler Gentry, and Corey Seager, Power Players insert, with Rafi Devers backing up the packs. I am glad to be back ripping product. It is probably my favorite part of the hobby now, doing this for all of you. It's just nice being able to hold these cards in my hand and see some beautiful stuff I normally wouldn't purchase. All right, Hunter Renfroe, Cole Reagans, Prism Refractor. 1 in 54 packs, so that is about 1 in every 2.5 boxes. All right, all etch for Yordan Alvarez, Adele Amador, Stephen Kwan, Brent Rooker, Fortune 15 for Gunnar Henderson, Mason Miller, Gleyber Torres, Jace Young, Colton Cowser, Jackson Jobe, Luis Robert Jr., Michael Waka, another Brooks Lee. This one is for the 1990. Just manifesting them in. Just call out what you need, I guess. O'Neal Cruz, Heimer Candelario. It's not an auto, but we've been pulling some Brooks Lee stuff. Deshaun Kiersey, Nico Cavadas, and Hunter Fiducia. All right. Fourth box. And the auto is once again in the top war. Let's see, what do we have? We've got a Dodgers player. It is an Edgardo Enriquez auto. Rookie pitcher. Base auto. That one is going to Skylar Nelson, who made a swap at the top of the draft for pick number 1. Right behind that, Adley Rutschman with the Power Players card. With Thomas Sagasi as the base card pulling up the rear. All right. Second to last box of today. For those of you that are in my other 2 breaks, I am not going to be ripping those today. I just don't have time in my day-to-day. But I will move them up to Monday of next week instead of Tuesday, and we'll do both those rips then. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hunter Green, Ben Rice, Mason Wynn, Future Stars for St. Louis, Paul Skeens, Ryan Bliss, Big Christmas with the Green Wave parallel out of 99. Going to Cleveland. Who has Cleveland in this section? That would be Woody. I think Big Christmas is one of the best nicknames in the game right now. That's if he's even still up. I do not pay attention to Guardians baseball. Kobe Mayo with Power Players. Ben Rice, Gunnar Henderson, Michael King, Tristan Casas, Corey Seager, Ketel Marte, Cronin Norby, Pedro Leon, and Young-Hoo Lee. All right, Vinny Pasquantino, Paul Skeens with the Prism Refractor, Blake Dunn, Javier Sanoja, Teoscar Hernandez, Daniel Schneemann, Roki Sasaki, Fortune 15 insert, Tristan Casas, Ezekiel Tovar, Manny Machado, Christopher Morel, Pedro Leon, Alex Bregman, Brady Brasso, Paul Skeens, 1990 insert, Chris Sale, Dansby Swanson, Jose Ramirez, Javier Sanoja in the refractor version, and Will Warren. Also, 1 and 2.5 boxes, I think, warrants sleeving and tossing that negative up there. A lot of boxes still open because, Roscoe, I believe you're in the rest of the breaks as well. Gavin Sheets, Justin Henry Malloy, Vladdy Jr., Power Players, Josh Hader, Salvi Perez, Brian Hayes with the Aqua out of 199. That one is Pittsburgh going to Jones. Then J-Rod All Etch card. Spencer Schwellenbach, Brenton Doyle, Reese Hines, Paul Skeens, Refractor. Spencer Horowitz, Ronald Blanco, Joey Bart, Aaron Judge, Fortune 15. DJ Hers, Bobby Witt Jr., Brady Blaylock, Aaron Judge, 1990. Just hitting us with the non-base Aaron Judge. Anthony Santander. We had some A stuff in the beginning, in the start. We had so I remember making fun of a Jacob Wilson Power Players insert. Lawrence Butler card. There's been a few A's in the first half. Can't recall any Angels of note, though, for the second half. JJ Bleday, Corey Seager, Jordan Alvarez, Fortune 15, Jake Bloss, Jordan Alvarez, a Tyler O'Neill, Blue Wave out of 150. Jose Ramirez, 1990 insert. Corbin Burns, Jaron Duran, Jacob Wilson, Chris Sale, Richard Fitz, good old Dick Fitz, Jameson Talon, Otto Lopez, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Future Stars, J-Rod, Shota Imanaga, Nacho Alvarez Jr., Will Warren, and Valente Belozzo. Once again, our auto for the break. Top left. Fourth pack down. It is a base auto for the Twins. It is Michael Hellman. Not the one that Big Mac was gunning for. We got a Lindor All Etch and Justin Henry Malloy. I feel like this happens continually in breaks. I'll get a case, I'll rip it, and there will be a duplicate of the exact same player. I'm very, very curious what the likelihood is of that. Because I'm just curious because I wonder if it's like one of those statistical things with how like if you've got 23 people in a room, there's a better than 50% chance that they all have the same birth, or two of them have the same birthday. I'm very curious if it's the same deal. Or if it's an issue on Topps and a random insertment procedures. Okay. Bobby Witt Jr., Christian Campbell, Evan Carter, future star, Ben Rice, Kerry Carpenter, Juan Soto with the negative refractor. That one's going to the Mets. Selected by whatever. There we go. Decent angle. James Wood, Power Players insert. Corey Seager, Blake Snell, Darren Baker, Adam Kloffenstein, Justin Henry Malloy, Francisco Alvarez, Juan Soto, Brendan Donovan, and Jake Bloss. Alrighty. Jameson Talon. Anthony Volpe, Prism Refractor. Samuel Aldiguiri, Refractor. Tristan Casas. Shota Amanaga. Zebby Matthews. Brooks Lee with the Fortune 15 card. Pedro Leon. Gavin Sheets. Roki Sasaki. Rafael Devers. Chris Sale. Brenton Doyle. Ian Happ. Kobe Mayo, 1990 insert. Will Warren. Ronald Blanco. Drew Romo. Zach DeZenzo, Refractor. And Paul Skeens. I'm gonna say thus far it's been kind of a letdown after the banger that was the very first box of the break. Josh Young, Brandon Lockridge, Prism Refractor, Shohei Ohtani, Power Players insert, Spencer Schwellenbach, Cedric Mullins. There we go. Well, there's a Brian Reynolds Orange Wave Refractor, numbered out of 25. Pirates are going to Jones. Good for him. I believe that is a PC for him. Corey Seager, all etch insert. Spencer Horwitz, Jacob deGrom, Brooks Lee, Bo Bichette Refractor, DJ Hers, CJ Abrams, Ryan Jeffers, Francisco Lindor, Fortune 15, Anthony Santander, Sandy Alcantara, Aroldis Martinez, Bryce Harper, 1990, and Big Christmas, John Kinsey Noel. Trey Turner, Marco Luciano with the Prism Refractor, James Wood, Fortune 15, Corbin Burns, Isaiah Kiner Falefa, Andres Chaparro, Francisco Lindor, 1990, Dick Fitz, Yu Darvish, Luis Garcia Jr., Aaron Nola, J-Rod, Kirby, Leo Jimenez, Ellie De La Cruz, Future Stars, Valente Belozzo, J.P. Crawford, don't know why Josh Lowe was upside down, Max Muncy with the Refractor, and Josh Hader. And our auto pack. Let's just go ahead and move him to the back. We've got Carlos Correa, Jose Ramirez, all etch, Young-Ho Lee, and it is a base auto for Tampa Bay. Mason Montgomery going to McGeesey. Alrighty. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I'll do a quick recap. Ramirez, 1990. Sorry, the all etch. That was the last one. Nothing. I don't think any of these were... Nope. Just plain Jane. All right. Stick around. We'll do a quick recap of each break, and you can see the cards one more time. Okay, we have Juan Soto, negative refractor. Andres Chaparro, negative refractor. Jhonkensy Noel. Here, let's see if I can get this closer and under better light. There we go. Big Christmas, Jhonkensy Noel, gold refractor. Brian Reynolds, orange refractor out of 25. Orange. Yeah, out of 25. Edgardo Enriquez, base auto. Michael Hellman, base auto. And Mason Montgomery, base auto. And from the first break, we had Marco Luciano, green wave, parallel. We had Spencer Horwitz, green, parallel to 99. Dylan Cruz, all etch rookie rush. Rafael Devers, home field advantage. Carlos Narvaez, base auto. Another Michael Hellman, base auto. And then, probably going to be the best card that comes out of this case, a Yoshinobu Yamamoto chromographic auto out of 50. It is the bookend, 50 out of 50. All right, thank you for joining me, everyone. I will see a number of you back on Monday for the rest of the case. Have a great day. Bye.